Hi, Mr. Leach. I did number 1 for my major assignment video. Starting out, letter A is use the leading term test to determine the graph's end behavior. The leading term is negative 2x to the 5th. Since it's negative, it's going to fall to the right. And since the exponent is odd, it's going to do the opposite to the left, so it's going to rise to the left. Letter B says find the x-intercepts. For each intercept, state whether the graph crosses the x-axis or just touches and turns. Explain how you know this to be true from your work. So, starting out, to get this to where I could find all of the possible rational roots, I had to factor out negative x squared so I could give myself a constant to actually fulfill the formula of all possible rational roots. And that left us with 2x to the third minus 3x squared minus 8x plus 12. From there, I just did the synthetic division, crossing off all of the possible rational roots as I went, starting from 1 to -1, all the way down to 2. And 2 is where I found my root, because I was left with no remainders. And yeah, x equals 2 is one of the roots. And so I put my modified original equation on top, and then I put the my root equals to 0 on the bottom, and then I came up with 2x squared plus 1x minus 6. And from there, I double-checked my work to make sure I wasn't going to start running in circles. And then from there on, I did the AC method on 2x squared plus 1x minus 6 and came up with those roots, which are x minus 3/2 and x plus 2. I'm going to explain how I know that they bounce, which ones bounce as part of letter D. Letter C was easy, because since there are no constants in the original equation, plugging in 0 into all the x's leaves you with just 0, so y equals 0. And first, how I know that they cross is they have to be double roots or squared to touch and turn. So, for example, the lowest x-intercept, or the first x-intercept, is -2. The next one after that isn't -2. It's x equals 0. I have it notated as -x squared equals 0. Because it is a doubled root, or kind of its own pseudo function. It's its own parabola, kind of. That's how I thought of it, at least. Since the next one is x equals 0, the next one after that is also x equals 0, and that's how I know that that one touches and turns. The next one after that is 3/2. I know that one crosses because there isn't another root of 3/2, and the next one after that is of a different value, which is x equals 2. And x equals 2 crosses for the same reason. It doesn't have another x equals 2, and it's also the last that's also the last root or x-intercept.